Snow. Snow is made of water in its third form, solid. But even as a solid, it is fluid, tumbling from the sky, turned to innumerable frozen shapes, falling together. See them swirl together, see them rush past, see them float down, see some float up too. Their shape is dependent upon temperature. When it is very cold, well below zero, small, sharp shapes like tiny stars occur. These are the classics, the kind you cut out in kindergarten. These flakes are loners until they land, too cold to stick to each other in the sky. This is dry snow. Then, around freezing, 0 Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit, you get the huge floating flakes, which drift down to land on outstretched tongues. Norman Rockwell flakes. These are the flakes that fell in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. These two are classics, but warm enough to grow and stick together as they fall. This is wet snow. At the same temperature, snow can come as small snowballs, which pelt down like soft hail. It's called graupel. Graupel is German for sleet, but graupel is not sleet. Around freezing, you get a lot of variation in snow. A slight variation in temperature or humidity one way or the other, and the snow can fall in beautiful full flakes or slap down as an icy slush. No one paints dreamy pictures of sideways slung slush. We are too busy crashing our cars or sawing up broken tree limbs. Between temperatures that are too cold to snow and temperatures that call for rain, there is infinite variation. And then it lands. Snow changes shape again. As it lands, it deforms. It weighs upon itself. Wind beats it. Temperatures deform it. Moisture travels through it. Sharp edges break, round, melt, and refreeze. Now we are talking about snow on the ground. Snow on the ground is often called a blanket. A blanket of snow is how it can look, is also how it acts. Snow on the ground insulates what's beneath it. What snow is like depends on your relationship to it. Like a blanket, snow insulates plants from freezing. It insulates burrowing creatures, slumbering creatures, rivers that flow under it, families in igloos even. If you are a mouse or a weasel or a sapling or a tulip bulb or even a moose or a sled dog or a wolf, you may rightly say snow is a blanket. When you look out your window at snow on the ground, you may see it as a blanket. But step on it and your relationship to it changes. To what degree it changes depends again on weather and conditions. Snow that is falling or just fell is some degree of soft and fluffy and does not support even the weight of a mouse. You sink. The warmer it falls, the more water it contains, the heavier it is. The more it compresses as it lands, the less fluffy it is. Warm snow is creamier, cold snow is fluffier. To a point, the colder it is, the softer it is. There is less water, less weight. The frozen shapes support themselves without compressing as much. There is a sweet spot for fluff here. Cold, dry snow is best, but as it nears temperatures that are too cold to snow, the flakes become very small and very sharp. It isn't accurate to say it is soft and fluffy either in the air or on the ground. It stings your cheeks. It is rough and squeaky underfoot or ski. This is slow snow, abrasive and harsh. Variation within and between very warm falling snow and very cold falling snow is infinite, and other factors come into play, such as wind, humidity, particulates in the air, large bodies of water nearby that act upon this falling moisture and change it in large and small ways. Cold snow in a humid environment can contain more water than warm snow in a dry environment. Cold snow in a dry environment is the fluffiest. Wet snow in a humid environment is the most dense, stickiest, and quickest to turn to ice. And then there is the surface the snow is falling upon. Is it landing on a road or grass or more snow? How warm is that surface? What is the older snow like that the new snow is landing on? If the temperatures remain consistently cold and the air calm, snow on the ground can maintain its condition for hours, be similar but not exactly the same for days even. Its character is always changing, but sometimes very subtly. Even under cold, calm conditions, snow has weight, gravity has pull. Even a weak sun sends radiation through the clouds to the snow's surface. Our relationship to snow, as our relationship to anything, depends more on us than the thing itself. Every judgment is a self-judgment. If you hate snow, well, snow is one of the most magical phenomena on Earth. There is something called snow science. There are snow scientists. There are snow artists. There are people who live in snowy climates who hate snow. They shovel it out of their way, slam their doors in its face. They are sick, sick, sick of it. These people are not skiers. They say the Inuit have 100 words for snow. Cross-country ski coaches have even more, and waxes and combinations of waxes and ski shapes and ski flexes and grinds to pattern the ski bases, structures over the grinds on the ski bases, and all of these things in combination to match the infinite types of snow they ski on. It's quite insane if you don't understand the relationship between the exact character of snow and the way a ski glides over it, and you are not in love with skis gliding over snow. Warm snow and snow with more water presents problems with suction. Cold snow with sharper crystals presents problems with friction. Cold snow with more water can present problems with friction and suction. How do you break the suction without increasing the friction? It's a science and it's an art. The most important application of snow science is in forecasting avalanches. Avalanches are an extreme example of the properties of snow. Similar weather issues come into play. Similar temperature, humidity factors, and the resultant character of snow combine to create stable snow, unstable snow, a vast range of snow that may slide down the mountain or not, depending on a whole host of other conditions such as slope angle, wind direction and speed, the condition of underlying snow, temperature gradients within different layers of snow, and triggers such as added snow or water weight, or the weight of a single skier. It's a science, it is an art, and then there are the human factors, forces of decision making that determine if you end up dead beneath the ultimate blanket of snow. Snow as concrete, snow as a tomb. Snow moving in bulk as fast as a speeding train, only heavier, snapping trees thicker than Roman pillars, older than the United States. Flowing, falling down one mountainside, across a valley, and up the other side, settling as hard as sandstone. Broken trees, splintered branches protruding from great chunks of highly compressed snow. All that fluffy joy, now a frozen river 20 feet deep, so hard and thick it will last the summer heat into August. And that is another magic of snow. It is time-released water. Snow holds life-giving hydration for the soil. For the plants, the animals, our farms, the rivers and lakes, snow rations out water through the summer. Snow is life for much of the earth. The Ganges begins as snow. The headwaters of the Mississippi in northern Minnesota, snow. The Colorado and Green Rivers, Rocky Mountain snow. Glaciers begin as snow falling high in the mountains, melting and refreezing, compressing, transforming into ice. Ice that carves stone, ice that crumbles mountains, ice that feeds the rivers, that feed the oceans, that feed the fish, the fields, the people. Snow compressed to a translucent blue, the slowest of rivers. What better thing do people do with snow than ski on it? And each character of snow comes complete with different ways to ski. If you live at the headwaters of the Mississippi or the Volga northwest of Moscow or above Oslo Bay in Norway, where the terrain is hilly but not mountainous, then you cross-country ski, and your skis are narrow and light and your feet are attached only at the toe, and you scurry uphill and down and across the landscape in its entirety. This is for strong, hardy people, and if you live in the mountains, then you contend with and commune with steep slopes and the joy of skiing both up and down them. There are ski resorts and a ski industry worth billions of dollars and ski lifts to carry you up so you only ski or snowboard down. This is called alpine skiing or downhill skiing, and its shaggy cousin snowboarding. For both alpine and cross-country, humans can pack the snow to glide upon it. This is called grooming. Humans groom the snow to their liking for transportation and recreation. But it can also be left untouched, ungroomed, and the mountains can be left alone without lifts. And the hardy can also ski up the mountains in order to ski down in the best sort of snow there is, untracked powder. Powder that is perfect condition, where snow falls at a temperature and a humidity that leaves it piled deep and soft and fluffy, pliant, uncompressed, unwind-battered, untransformed, and unlike the narrow skis used for cross-country, you need wide skis that help you float just enough, help you carve like a surfboard on a wave, a wing through the air, and that feeling. Oh, there is that magic of light snow blowing over your head as you dive down a mountain of pure powder, pure moment, pure flow, carving and slashing, a porpoise in a wave. You descend at great speed, not touching the ground, but supported like a wing on air, like a board on water, with speed enough to feel joy in the centrifugal force of a great sweeping turn. A bird swooping, weightless, and the bounce of your legs and the ski flexing into deep pillowed snow. Over your head, a wave, a whitewash, the white room, and then rebounding up, dazzling, sparkling flashes of white, and above you, the deep blue sky. Whoosh! And when you reach the bottom, you turn and begin skiing back uphill.